Thank you for your support and for watching avivTarot. This is a general pick-a-card reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Not everything will apply. My readings are meant to be constructive and not destructive. I give readings to empower you. I will be honest in what I see and will not give you false hopes or empty promises in order to keep you happy. I will be compassionate and sensitive to your feelings and will not judge or condemn. Energies are ever-changing. You are still the master of your own destiny.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are going to do another pick-a-card reading. And yep, can you believe it? It's already June. I think I said the same thing last week. So anyways, we have 3 different piles, 1, 2, and 3. What we're going to see is the next 7 to 10 days energy. Anything, blessings or anything that you need to watch out for in the next 7 to 10 days. And we have, so I did pick out a tarot card for each of the pile. And so you can just go by the numbers or just go by the energy of the piles, or you can choose the card. However, I do want to say, if you are familiar with the Rider-Waite card, do not let it influence you. Okay, the card that I'm using to choose the pile just represents your current energy. Let me repeat that. It's just represent your current energy. It's not the next 7 to 10 days energy. Okay, it's the kind of energy that maybe you're going into from right now. So this is your right now current energy. I have like people, because I did the same reading in Chinese, and I did get feedback, and I keep emphasizing that, but I guess people didn't really listen to the intro, and I hope you did listen to you're listening to the intro right now, that this is your current energy going into the next 7 to 10 days. So what you wanted to do is pick a pile that you feel resonated to, that, the card that you feel could explain your current energy. If you do not know anything about the Rider-Waite card, like what it means or anything, then that's great. You just go by which card you feel like explaining kind of, or resonating with how you feel right now. Okay, I'm talking about right now. Okay, I can't emphasize enough. Because I always use, have the piles covered up. But since this is about your current energy, I feel like this is almost like a confirmation if that is the pile for you. That's why, if you feel like, this card that is flipped open is, how you feel at the moment, kind of explains what you feel right now, then choose that pile. Okay. All right, so without further ado, we are going to start with pile number 1, and the timestamps are going to be in the message box below, as well as in the description box. And if you need more time, to pause the video. All right, so this is your current energy, okay? Your current energy is 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, I think right now you probably feel like you want to work as a team. You probably want to, or you're in actually a really good environment where everybody is collaborating with each other. Everyone has the same goal. Whether it's, we're going to take a look at what it reflects mostly in which area. But with the 3 of Pentacles, most likely maybe during business, in your business or career in the next 7 to 10 days. But it could also be, in like relationships, you guys have the same values, you have the same common goal that you want to work towards with. Okay, so, or you found like really good people that you can collaborate or partner up with, etc. So 3 of Pentacles, very good energy you're currently in. Okay, you feel, I would say you probably feel pretty much at peace. You feel like you want your, I don't want to say like energetic, but you do have the motivation there. You have the motivation to work. Okay, you want to work, you love to work, and you enjoy working with others. So now let's take a look at your card. This is the suggestion card, okay? Advice for you in the next 7 to 10 days. The advice for you is heartaches and troubles before real success. Interesting. So in the next 7 to 10 days, the advice for you is that there may be going to be some heartaches and troubles, right? But that's kind of normal, okay? That's something that you probably will have to go through before the real success. So first of all, I would say, like, you know, of course, it's you're super lucky if you never have to experience any failures or heartaches or problems, right? And you just went straight into success. But if you are currently experiencing some kind of a hardship, some kind of a stalling energy, well, I think it's just part of the process. And in the next 7 to 10 days, I would say persevere, okay? You have a really good team right now that you, or like a support system even, that you can probably rely on. And if you are currently, you know, experiencing a little bit of difficulties, I think you press on, you will see success, okay? You will see success in the next 7 to 10 days, or at least you will begin to see some kind of a success, okay, in your endeavor. So now let's take a look at the different areas in the next 7 to 10 days. First of all, let's take a look at your love life for the next 7 to 10 days. Relationship wise, you have the Tower. Okay, so the Tower card usually it's kind of like about loneliness, or I mean, it's a really good card when it's about you know, career wise, but as in like a love or relationship reading, the Tower, sometimes you feel a little bit alone, you feel a little lonely. If timing wise, it also could mean like taking a little bit of time. But of course, like the Tower can also mean, you know, getting to the peak of things. So like over here, I do think right now you're feeling, you know, pretty at peace with everyone. So so I guess this kind of maybe reflects more towards your business wise in the next 7 to 10 days, but in regards to your relationship, you probably might be neglecting it a little bit. So I don't think this necessarily is your energy where you feel lonely or something like that, but maybe if you are in a relationship, maybe your partner feels left out, feels like they're not part of your life per se, you know, because maybe you're so concentrated on working, and so they feel like, oh, they always have to wait for you, compromise or something like that. But I mean, obviously, since this is a general reading, it could be your energy. Maybe your partner is concentrating a lot on work or something like that, so they might be neglecting how you feel, or maybe you guys lack communication, okay? Maybe you guys don't talk as much. So like people who have a partner, okay, or in a stable relationship, you probably want to, you know, cater and watch out your person's needs and communicate with them a little bit more. So this is something that you probably want to watch out for in the next 7 to 10 days. I don't think it's anything major. It's just that I think you guys are probably doing your own things. Maybe both of you are doing your own things. If that's good, you know, if that's the case, then maybe it's not too bad. But if one person is always compromising or waiting for the other person, then maybe that would be something that you probably want to watch out for. If you are single, okay, if you're single in this next 7 to 10 days, is there a possibility where you might be meeting someone? Well, okay. Like I said, Tower card is a little bit about loneliness and single and you know, feeling kind of left out because the Tower, right? So I guess for some of you guys, you will, the possibility of like maybe meeting someone in the next 7 to 10 days or getting out of singleness might be a little bit slim. Okay, the chances is a little bit slim, but there is a possibility, okay? There is a possibility of you meeting someone through what? Through work. Okay, so if you're single, and you're working, there is a possibility of you meeting someone through like an organization. It could be like social gathering. Okay, so you definitely need to get out to meet a lot of people, or through networking. So I don't think you'll be able to like just meet some random people, or through online apps or something like that. I think this is through a large organization. I guess online apps could be considered an organization. But what I see is like you actually get to see these people in person. Okay. So I would say joining like groups or large or corporate or organization, or through work. This is really like about work, I would say, that you'll have like a higher chance of meeting someone. Okay. And then, so if you are maybe having a crush on someone, or in a situationship in the next 7 to 10 days with the Tower card, will you be able to advance into the next level? I think with the Tower card, like I said, timing wise, it usually means a little bit longer waiting time, and so I don't think you'll be able to move on to the next level in the next 7 to 10 days. It might take a little bit longer than you expected. Also, you might be your needs might not be fulfilled by the person that you're having in the situationship right now. Or if you're having a crush, I think it's the other person might not be they might not even know. Okay, so this could be more like you just having a crush on them without them knowing, okay, that you do like them. So that's that. However, like over here, the suggestion says there is going to be heartaches and like troubles and problems, but it will lead to success eventually. Okay, so it's just the next 7 to 10 days. There might be a little bit of like stalling energy. So for people who are looking to reconciliate or reconnect with someone in the next 7 to 10 days, the Tower card does indicate that it will take a little bit longer time, and also you might be feeling lonely, just waiting for the other person to get back to you. So I don't know if you'll be able to connect with them or reconnect with them, reconciliate, or I don't think they will reach out either in the next 7 to 10 days. I know I'm like super direct and straightforward right now, because so if this is something that you don't want to hear, then, but I mean, this is only in the next 7 to 10 days. If time flies, it's gonna get by super quickly. So I would say, like, in the meantime, maybe focus your energy more towards like maybe work or something, because I do feel like your work, career wise, it's probably doing really good. So since we're on the topic of career, let's take a look at your card for the next 7 to 10 days in regards to your work. Okay, so you got the pig card. Very nice. Okay, the pig, it says it represents phenomenal luck and great abundance, high honors, right? So this is what I'm saying. Like, I think this reflects this, right? Your current energy. I think you are having a lot of success in the area of work or career. In the next 7 to 10 days, I think you might even be seeing a lot like in things moving forward, or maybe you're being recognized for all of your efforts, all of your work. If you have been going through some hardship or something like that, but I really don't feel that with in regards to career, especially if you chose this as your current energy right now. I think you are probably experiencing just a lot of like success in regards to work area, and then this kind of confirms it in the next 7 to 10 days that your work, even finance, I think it's kind of tied together, that you feel quite successful. Even if you are looking for jobs right now, so you're not currently employed, I think with the pick card, you might be, going into the interviews. I think you will have some success. Over here, we do have, like over here, the suggestion card or advice card for the next 7 to 10 days says success is coming, right? And so I think in particular in your career wise, I think you're going to see that in the next 7 to 10 days, that you're going to have a lot of luck in work, whether you're employed or looking for a job. You might be hearing things back. You might be compensated for all of your hard work, hardships, or difficulties that you just went through, right? So very, very good energy in regards to your work area. And then lastly, we have in regards to your money, okay, in the next 7 to 10 days, we have the railroad. The railroad, usually it's like the road. It represents journey. So, which this happened in your money position, okay, finance position in the next 7 to 10 days. Like I said, pig, usually if it's in regards to money, it's like abundance, lots of good things, lots of good fortunes, opportunities. So I actually do think that your money and your career is kind of tied together in the next 7 to 10 days. There a lot of abundance, a lot of good things coming in. People are giving you a lot of opportunities. In fact, because of the railroad, I actually feel like maybe you will be given chances or opportunities to like go on a business trips or something like that, right? Where you have to, so that, you know, you're given a quite a big of a job, where maybe you have to, right, talk to people, clients or whatever. So maybe you'll be sent, it could be abroad or just to different cities, like on a business trip, okay? And this is why maybe you'll be compensated for your time and effort, especially if you are going abroad. Obviously, if you're watching this during the COVID time, not everywhere that you could go. So obviously, if you're being sent abroad, it's places that you could go to, right? And also get back out. If not, it could be just within your own country, you know, to different cities and stuff like that. Anyways, I think it is timeless. I just want to mention. So COVID, there are restrictions, but it's not like impossible to go on business trips right now, because some of the places like the US are going to reopen, right? So anyways, what else I want to talk about? Okay, business trips. Oh yeah, like per diems. When you go on business trips, you know, you get per diems. You know, you're being sent abroad. You're taking plane flights or whatever. You know, you're being compensated on company dollars. So, you know, in a way, it's kind of like giving you opportunities and money, right? Just that it's going to be spent, but it's not going to be saved in your banks. But you still get to enjoy that, right? Okay, so now in regards to your finance in the next 7 to 10 days, like I said, it's probably connected to your career wise, like you'll be compensated. Besides that, in regards to like investment, I would really say that take the tips would be to maybe go for something that is more long term, because the railroad, it does indicate like a long journey, and so go for something that's like more long term, has like a long term potential instead of, you know, short term potential type of investment. If you, whether or not like spending wise, expenditures wise, for the next 7 to 10 days, I actually don't feel that as much. Okay, like I said, I think if you're going to be spending any money, it probably, because it's going to be maybe in regards to some sort of a trip that you have to make. So and I feel like if it's tied together with the business, then, you know, company is probably going to be making most of the spending for you. If you are buying like souvenirs or something like that for yourself, then obviously that will be on your own money. But I don't feel like the majority of the spending you'll be making that much spending in the next 7 to 10 days. But investment wise, I definitely do recommend that choose something that is more long term. So that is what I see for pile number 1 in the next 7 to 10 days, and I hope this helps. And if you have anything that you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel and my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, so for pile number 2, you are the group that chose the 9 of Wands in reverse, okay? The 9 of Wands in reverse, I feel like right now your current energy is actually not that bad, because 9 of Wands, most of the time it means like you're kind of on the fence, you're kind of a little conservative, you are not making any moves, and also, you know, energy is a little bit stalling, right? Because you're trying to give some time to rest and before, you know, recuperate. And so with this being reversed, I actually feel mostly about like you're ready to go on, you're ready to move on, you're ready to drop your defense, right? You're ready to make a shift, make some changes, instead of kind of sitting still. Okay, I mean, obviously, you do want to watch out over using your energy and not getting in, like, you know, tiring yourself out. So if you do need rest, if you do need to, you know, take some time off, you know, I think you should give yourself that. If not, you know, once you recuperate, I think right now your current energy is like you're on the go, you're ready for everything to come and take on the challenges. Okay, so that's what you're currently feeling, or that I feel with this card. Okay, if you don't resonate with this, then maybe you want to maybe check out the other 2 piles to see if those piles you resonate with more. Okay, so now in this this card is about suggestions for the next 7 to 10 days, you know, things that maybe you can do or help you, like advices. Okay, so you are inclined to rule and help people. Wow. So your advice for the next 7 to 10 days is actually to tell you to go and help people. Okay, rule and help people. That's very interesting too. You want to rule people, maybe like you do want to set rules, you know, maybe I would take it, could be like about boundaries. Sometimes I actually rule people, almost like, you know, controlling others. So you do, if it's more about control, then maybe you want to watch out a little bit about that, right? Because people might not be so cool about being controlled. But if you could do it in a subtle way, I guess passive aggressive, that people don't realize they're being ruled, then you might be able to maybe get past with that. But what I see mostly that's kind of stood out to me is the help people. So I would say, like, for the next 7 to 10 days, it's telling you or suggesting that you should maybe do some charity work, volunteer. If not, you know, you can, if you don't have money that you can donate, you can, you know, donate your time, right, and energy. As for, I do want to mention one more thing about the rule. I would really suggest maybe in the next 7 to 10 days, because you're ready to move on, you're not on a defense, but don't forget to still have a boundary. Don't let other people walk all over you, right? You don't want to drop your defense completely. You still want to protect yourself a little bit, but you don't want to keep your defense so high that nobody can get through, right? So you still want to be a little bit vulnerable and still quite open to people, right? Friendly and everything, but then remember to still protect yourself, okay? So I would say that would be the suggestion and advice about that. So in regards to your love life for the next 7 to 10 days, you have the Joker card, okay? That's very interesting. So the Joker card in this particular deck is kind of, it's kind of similar to the Fool's card in the tarot, which is all about taking risks and starting new energy. And also in this card, in this deck, you know, with the Joker, it really means like it could be anything, right? It could be anything that you wanted it to be. So in regards to your love life for the next 7 to 10 days, I think it has infinite potential. It could be anything that it could be. It could be anything that you wanted it to be. So if you are single, I think you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. You basically, you are your own master, right, of your destiny, your life, that you can control whatever you want over here. You are inclined to rule. oh, this is, you know what? You are inclined to rule and help people. So you could also read it that way too, right? You are inclined to rule as like a leader. Okay. So in the next 7 to 10 days, another advice for you is that be a leader, right? Instead of a follower or listening to other people for their opinion, do what you wanted to do. Be your own leader. Listen to what you want to do, and not like, let other people influence you as much. So over here, like I said, if you are, single, basically, if you want to get out of singleness, I think you have a lot of opportunities to come. You want to maybe take a risk. You are ready right now. So I think, and you're dropping your defense a little. And so, I think you're ready for a new adventure. So why don't you just jump on the opportunities? I mean, there's a lot of opportunities coming in. So maybe, go on a few dates, meet different people so that you don't have to make a decision right away, but keep your choices open, keep your options open, right? I think single people actually probably you have infinite potential to meet the right person for you. Okay. And so for people who are in a situationship or in like having a crush on someone, again, this is the Joker card is about infinity, right? So there's a lot of potential. In fact, if it's equivalent to the Fool's card, then that means like it could be the end or it could be the beginning, right? So there is an ending and a beginning of something. And so for the next 7 to 10 days, if you're in a situationship or having a crush on someone, there is a possibility of maybe moving on to the next level as well. Or there's a lot of potential for this relationship to blossom. Okay. And and I think again you are open to a lot of things right now, and just over here still have a little bit of boundaries, still protect yourself, but be vulnerable, right? Find that balance. And then if you're in a stable relationship or seeing someone stably committedly, then getting this card, I think there is a possibility of again moving on to the next level, or this relationship for the next 7 to 10 days is like there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of abundances, a lot of potential to become a really, really good relationship. I even think like what I see right now with the Joker card is you guys are having a lot of fun with each other. Having fun is like the main theme or main thing for the next 7 to 10 days. It's just to have fun, okay? Do something that you've never done before. Do something risky, okay? So that you guys can enjoy yourself, surprise yourself, and build new memories, right? So that's what I see over here. And then lastly, if you are looking to reconcile or reconnect with someone, again, this is about infinity and potential. So I think it could, again, this is general reading. It could be you, if you've already taken a lot of risks, writing them and they're not, writing you back, then maybe, I don't know if the next 7 to 10 days you want to do it again, but it could also be their energy that they're ready to take a risk and maybe try something new, okay, with you. Or there is a possibility of they're ready to try something new with or without you. So because it's the Fool card, it's kind of unpredictable. So you want to maybe feel it out, okay? And it could be also for people who are looking to reconnect or reconcile. This could also be like a thing for you too, that maybe you should take a risk of moving on, into the next level or next cycle of something new. Try to meet new people, try to make new memories with new people. I think there's a lot of, again, possibilities and abundances that it does not necessarily have to be this one person that you're hoping to reconnect and reconcile. I would say there is the possibility of you guys reconnecting or reconciling, because the Joker card, again, this is like a blank slate. It could be anything, right? But then again, your life is in your own control. In your control, you can also just start from like a blank slate and move on and build new memories with new people, right? So and I actually feel like with the Nine of Wands being reversed as your current energy, you are really trying to get out of like the current energy of kind of being stuck, not moving forward, right? So I actually feel like with people who are, if you are listening to this part about reconnecting, reconciling, maybe you're just trying to confirm that moving on is the right decision, then I would say like getting a Joker card would be a confirmation for you. But if you are looking to reconnect, reconcile, that's also a possibility too. Okay. So now, in regards to your career for the next 7 to 10 days, we have, the Lightning card. It means surprises, okay, but it means surprises or something coming in super fast, super quick, unexpectedly, okay. It could be a good thing or a bad thing though. Surprises could also be a good surprise or a bad surprise, right? So in the next 7 to 10 days, because this is a general reading, I mean, I guess we could draw another card to see if it's mostly bad or good, but okay. But something unexpectedly is going to happen at work. So you're going to get maybe unexpected news or unexpected something that's going to happen in the next 7 to 10 days, whether you are employed or you're currently looking for jobs. Something unexpected is going to happen, okay, in the next 7 to 10 days. So let's take a look at if it's more towards a good news than a bad news, okay? So what is this lightning is about? Interesting. Okay, we got the Eye, which is denotes great interest taken by friends, or it could be suspicion. Okay, so if you are currently having some kind of a gut feeling about something, okay, so because this is a general reading, I'm gonna keep this kind of open. If you have a gut feeling about something, and so your gut feeling could be a good gut feeling or a bad gut feeling, so take it how it resonates with you who are watching this video. Your gut feeling, if it tells you something about something, then most likely that is going to happen, okay, in the next 7 to 10 days. So your gut feeling about something, okay, very, very strongly, then it's going to most likely you're having that gut feeling is kind of like warning. If it's a bad one, warning for you to like watch out for something, right? So maybe you want to pay extra attention, be extra careful when you are handling jobs in the next 7 to 10 days, right? Make sure you double check everything. Or when if you're unemployed and going on to interviews, then make sure you are as prepared as possible, because something unexpected might be coming up, right? If your gut feeling is actually a good one, then totally I think you should just embrace it, not think about it too much, because if it's a good thing, then I think it's great, right? You're gonna get a really good surprise. Okay, so that's in regards to your work for the next 7 to 10 days. Now let's take a look at your finance in the next 7 to 10 days. Ooh, we have the Rider card. So again, this is about news, some kind of a news, and it's fast moving too. Okay, Rider card is a very, very fast moving energy. So some kind of a news is going to be delivered to you in regards to your finances in the next 7 to 10 days. And it's a good news. Unlike this Lightning card where it could be good or bad, the Rider is usually about good news, okay, coming along, being delivered to you. So expect some kind of a good news about your finances in the next 7 to 10 days. If you have been, maybe investing in something, then maybe you're going to hear about, that you're getting a good rewards or profit back on your investment. And if you, as far as like expenditures go, in regards to the next 7 to 10 days, if you are going to overspend or watch out for like spending, habits and stuff like that, I think probably you don't have to worry about it too much because it's a good news. But maybe with the writer coming in, maybe there's something like, oh, you're going to be informed about something that you've been wanting for really, really bad, right? I think Apple just whenever you find this video, okay, it is a timeless video, but when I'm uploading this video, I know like Apple just announced something, so maybe something that you've been waiting for is finally out, and so maybe that's something that you want to watch out for, some kind of a new thing, new gadget, new whatever that is going to like probably kind of entice you, and you're going to want to spend something on that thing, this new thing that just came out. So I mean, if you can afford it, if that's something that you've been waiting for a while, right? Why don't you indulge yourself? But besides that, I actually think if you have like investments, there's going to be good news coming in. Okay, so even if you're spending, I don't think you're gonna be breaking your bank or like that. But if you are more on the being, careful and conservative with your money side, then maybe you want to control that urge a little bit, because that urge is going to come really quickly that you want to spend on it, this new cool thing, right? So, that's what I see for the next 7 to 10 days for pile number 2. If you have anything that you would like to share with me, I hope, this reading helps a little bit. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, last but not least, we have pile number 3. And you chose the Temperance in reverse. And so this is about so your current energy coming into the next 7 to 10 days. So this is what you're feeling right now. Is that maybe you're feeling a little bit out of balance, okay? Maybe there is lack of communication. Maybe you're trying to mix two things that are super different, okay? Complete opposites together, and I don't know if it's mixing well or not, okay? And I actually hear like misunderstanding. There's maybe some kind of a misunderstanding happening right now, or people are misunderstanding you, or maybe you misunderstood someone. Temperance is, yeah. I think also maybe there's lack of knowledge or lack of like information about something, okay? So maybe you're not being informed as well, and so again, it's kind of like falls into the category of like miscommunication or misunderstanding, okay? Or two things not mixing well together. So maybe you're not having the greatest time with someone that you thought you're going to have a really great time with, okay? Or maybe you're not maybe partnering up with someone and you thought it was going to work out, but you realize, well, wow, we are quite different, right? So maybe there needs to be some compromise, but right now none of you guys want to compromise with each other. So there's like lack of communication, there's a little bit of hard feelings, that sort of things. Or if nothing about that, then I just sense with the Temperance being in reverse, you're feeling a little off balanced. Maybe work life is not balanced, you're overworking yourself, or you feel like you're being way too lazy every day and you should be working a little bit harder, type of things. So it's trying to find a good balance in things. Yeah, this is your current energy. So if none of that resonated, then maybe this is not the pile for you. Then maybe you can try and see the other two piles. But so let's move on. So this is your advice for the next 7 to 10 days. Okay, this is your advice or suggestions what you should do in the next 7 to 10 days. It says you are too good for your own good. That's so interesting. I think what I feel with the temperance being reversed, and then also over here, you're too good for your own good, is that I think maybe you're kind of like the impatient type of person. Oh yeah, totally, I do get that, because temperance is also about patience, and having this in reverse right now, you're feeling impatient about something too, and then the you're too good for your own good is like you're impatiently waiting for something. Something is not going the way that you're expecting it, and or you're waiting for some sort of a result, and it's just like taking forever, and you are just frustrated. But you're too good for your own good. I think the temperance card is the Sagittarius energy. If not, then I feel the Sagittarius energy right now is that knowledge, wisdom, philosophy type of things. And so like they are very, very smart. So maybe you're just kind of like ahead of yourself. You're going ahead of yourself right now. And I think it could be because you're so far ahead and other things are not catching up. So you're just feeling like quite frustrated. So anyways, I would say like for the next 7 to 10 days, since this is your suggestions for your next 7 to 10 days, is just maybe have a little bit more patience. You are really smart. I think you should take advantage of that instead of having that becoming a little bit of giving you a little bit of disadvantage. Actually, you should treat that and turn that into an advantage where, okay, so I have all these time, or I'm super smart, I'm smarter than the other people, then how do I rise above the situation or do something and use this energy, right? So let's take a look at your love life for the next 7 to 10 days. Anything that you should watch out for or blessings coming in. This is the rapiers, okay? It says warns us against assaults, okay, which threaten and will occur sooner or later. Okay, so in regards to your love life in the next 7 to 10 days, I think there might be some kind of a argument. So I guess whatever you're feeling right now, because this is about miscommunication, misunderstanding, I think in your relationships, okay, in the next 7 to 10 days, because maybe of this misunderstanding, this communication, I think there's going to cause some sort of arguments, some kind of a disagreement, okay, that again, hard feelings, just not feeling really happy about it. And I would really warn against using hurtful like words, right, to other people, because I just feel like at the heat of the moment you say something that you don't really mean, but then afterwards you kind of regret it, but you can't take it back anymore. So this is something that maybe you want to watch out for, especially if you are in a relationship with someone, right? This is someone, because this is about love in the next 7 to 10 days. So if you're in a relationship with someone, stable relationship, that's what I meant, like stable, committed relationship, you want to warn against like saying really mean things to each other, okay? So if you are single in the next 7 to 10 days, I guess having this is again, you're feeling like impatient. There's things not working out the way that you wanted it to be. So maybe try to avoid taking your frustration out on people, right? And saying things that you really don't mean, but you're just frustrated. You just want to vent. You just want to talk about it. You want to, it's just getting it out of your system. But I think it's okay getting it out of your system. But then if maybe you want to pick out who you're talking to. Some people are quite sensitive. Maybe they think that you're talking about them. Who knows, right? Or it could be that you're on the receiving side of this, right? Of people giving you harsh words and telling you things, and it's going to hurt you quite a bit. Even though you're single. So I feel like in the next 7 to 10 days, getting this card, most likely, I think even if you meet someone, okay, if you meet someone, you guys are probably not, you don't see eye to eye with a lot of the things the other person is saying. So you're gonna have this kind of discord and disagreement with the other person. And so I don't think it'll, like, since you don't really know that person yet, right, I don't think it'll be like turn into a huge fight or argument or anything, but it's just like feeling frustrated that this person just won't agree with you, and it's just like, so annoying. So I don't feel like you will be able to maybe meet someone who are sharing similar views with you or something like that, okay? So and I feel like the other person might even attack you for, you know, having an opinion, and you're gonna be like, what the right? So having good boundaries would be good, and also keep your temper, I would say. And then if you are you know, in a situationship or having a crush on someone, again, this is kind of similar to like the single people, where there is some kind of a disagreement. Maybe the other person, again, this is like miscommunication. This is what you're currently going through right now, right? So because of some kind of, maybe, for example, this is just an example, maybe you're in a situationship, maybe the other person took a little bit of longer time to respond back to you, but they are busy, but you feel like, oh, that's just an excuse or something like that, or you said something but you really mean this, but then maybe because you guys are texting and you can't really hear the intonation or whatever, and the other person misunderstood you, something like that, right? And so I feel like with the two swords, that maybe there is going to be kind of like a stalling energy, or just like communication not going very smoothly, okay, in the next 7 to 10 days. So just, I guess, just watch out for it, okay? I'm not saying this is exactly what this is going to happen, or definitely it's going to happen, but if it might happen, so just watch out for this and try to prevent it. So try to be as clear as you can, right? And then finally, if you are looking to reconcile or reconnect with someone, I would say it's the same type of thing. There's going to be some sort of a miscommunication, or the other person, actually, the group where it's reconcile, reconnecting, it's a little bit different. I feel like the other person might actually tell you off or say something that's gonna be quite hurtful. So maybe you want to prevent that, okay? If you're really looking to reconnect and reconcile, and you've been texting them and hoping them they would just, like, you know, you're just keep texting them and like right back, maybe you want to just give them a little bit of time instead of pushing them too hard, because you might be getting a response that you are not ready for, okay? Or that might hurt your feelings or a little bit. So just really watch out for this. All right, so let's take a look at your energy for the next 7 to 10 days in regards to your work situation. Okay, we have the mouse. The mouse is about like a loss or a theft, or a loss. So now it's in your career in the next 7 to 10 days. So maybe you want to be a little bit careful about, first of all, when I hear like theft or loss, the first thing that came through my head, or first thing I hear, is the ideas. If you have like new ideas that you're thinking about, new projects, or, you know, stuff at work, maybe you want to keep it a secret a little bit, because some people might be stealing your ideas, right? And stealing your I guess ideas, your plans, I guess, designs, and so you want to be a little careful. You don't want to reveal too much until for sure it's a go for you, okay? Because people might be stealing something off of you, and for other people there might be some sort of I don't know. Are you ready for this? Maybe something happening at work where you are going to feel, or it could not, maybe it's not about you, it's the company itself. Maybe it's there's things happening, and so they need to either like cut people or reduce the number of employees or something like that, right? And just so that they could stay afloat. So you just maybe watch out for that. Or I would say, like, when I see the mouse card, I also think, like, mistakes. So you want to be also very careful in the next 7 to 10 days. Double check, triple check your work. Make sure everything is good so that you're not sending off the wrong files, the wrong things to the wrong clients, right? So you really, really want to be careful with that, so that, other people cannot use your mistakes against you. This is what I see with this. So there's like different possibilities that I just mentioned. I don't mean all of them combined, but just really watch out, or be prepared maybe for some sort of bad news at work, right? And let's see, if you're looking for jobs, having the mouse is not a very good sign. Also, it might mean that you probably need to have a few backup plans. I would really say that when you get this card, have some backup plans, okay? Some of the things that maybe you are planning to do might fall through, and so having a backup plans is very, very important. I want to be more positive instead of just giving you like all these negative messages. So because of these, it's denoting that maybe there's something bad is going to happen. So I would really think that having some kind of a backup plan would be a good idea for you, so that you're not going to be kind of like caught empty-handed and just like, oh no, and stranded and all that, right? So I would really say, or things are not going to turn out the way that you were expecting. Maybe there's some sort of a disappointment for you also at work. Maybe you're expecting like a big huge raise, or maybe you're expecting a promotion or some sort, and it didn't happen, right? It might even happen the opposite way. It doesn't mean that you'll be cut, but maybe they're trying to reduce, right, money, so some sort of a bad news is delivered. And so just be prepared. Again, I just want to say that it's a prediction of the future energy. So if you can avoid it, find ways to avoid this. Like I said, having a backup plan or some sort would be a good idea, so you can prevent things from happening, right? Be more prepared. So now lastly, in the next 7 to 10 days, let's see, in regards to your finances for the next 7 to 10 days, we have the anchor. This is very, very good, actually. Getting anchor in the finances area for the next 7 to 10 days. So I guess, there won't be like raise or anything, but I don't think it's probably something, the mouse is probably something more towards like your work job or something. You might not be getting any, I don't think you probably have to worry too much about being cut from the job or something, because you do have the anchor. Because the next 7 to 10 days, your finances is actually quite stable. So that's why, if we're tracing back to in regards to your work, I would say just be careful of making mistakes and somebody using it against you, or some sort of a bad news, right? Just having backup plans would be a good idea. But like money wise, finances wise, you are quite stable. Things are anchoring. Maybe if you feel kind of lack of money or struggling a little bit financially, well, the next 7 to 10 days, you are going to feel secure. You are going to feel stable. As far as expenditures goes, I don't think you'll be spending much, because you're finding the balance, and also you're keeping guard of your money, right? And in regards to like investment, I would say like your investment is quite stable. I don't think by stable I mean like it's making profit, but it's not like huge profit. It's just it's going up, or it's just flatlining, but at least it's not going down, right? So I think where everybody's like maybe some people's investment might be going down. Yours is, you know, stabilizing. It's good. You might not see a huge increase, but at least there's no drops or you're not losing money. Okay. So I think it's a very good card for in your money position for the next 7 to 10 days. So that's what I see for pile number 3. And I hope it helps a little bit. I don't want you to feel too depressed about like the love and the career part. It's just, you know, I would say getting this reading is more for you to, you know, prepare yourself for things, right? So anyways, if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!